Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and I'm here with my next DVD update, and I've got a huge haul to show you guys, so I'm just going to get right into it. The first DVD I got was actually a Blu Ray, and it's The Last House on the Left 2009 remake. And I got this probably about a week ago, and I remember seeing this in theaters, and me and my buddy really enjoyed it. And our first reactions coming out of the theater were, I can't wait to see how good it looks on Blu-ray. So the first day I saw it at Best Buy, I just went ahead and picked it up, and I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited to check it out. The only bummer is that the only features on this are deleted scenes and a look inside featurette. I was kind of surprised not to see a director's commentary or a cast commentary, but nonetheless, I'm excited to have this in my collection now. The next DVD I got is actually from Code Red DVD, and it's The Weekend Murders. I don't know if you can see that because of the glare, but it's their 19th spinal coated DVD that they have. And these DVDs are actually kind of hard to find. It's probably easier to find Osama bin Laden to find these releases sometimes, because it seems like every time that they have a release date, the night before it ships out to you, it magically gets back-ordered, but I managed to snag this off Diabolic DVD, and I think I definitely got the last copy that they had, but who knows, they may have restocked it, but I'm not, I kind of doubt it. But yeah, I had gotten this because I'm a big supporter of Code Red, even knowing it's incredibly hard to find their DVDs at times, but yeah, I'm happy to have this in my collection because I've pretty much have all their releases now, so definitely a good pickup. Next DVD I got was Jim Carrey's The Majestic, and I've always really enjoyed this movie. It's movies like this that have to deal with the movie-going experience and the magic of creating movies. I've always just really liked that theme in movies, so it's films like this and Ed Wood and Matinee that I really enjoy. So this is one that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about as often as they should, because Jim Carrey does a great turn from comedy to a real dramatic, serious actor. And this is actually directed by Frank Darabont, and I feel like a lot of people always talk about his work and reference The Green Mile and The Shawshank Redemption, which are both phenomenal films, but this is one that shouldn't go unnoticed, because this really is a phenomenal movie with the casting of Jim Carrey and Martin Landau, who is also an Ed Wood alumni since he played Bela Lugosi in the 1994 film from Tim Burton. So if you haven't seen this, definitely check this one out. Next double feature that I had gotten was the American Graffiti drive-in double feature, consisting of American Graffiti and More American Graffiti. I had never seen these, and it was $10, and I've always wanted to, so I started watching American Graffiti. I haven't finished it yet, but so far I really enjoyed what I watched, and it's just a good, great flick. You got Richard Dreyfuss and Ron Howard in a late 50s, early 60s setting, and great music to boot in this movie. So definitely, really excited to finish this. Next movie I got was actually, I had gotten it so quickly because I thought last week when I was doing my Robert Zemeckis triple feature Q review, I didn't think that I was going to get this from Netflix in time, so I didn't want to disappoint the YouTube audience by being behind on my first Q review, so I went out and bought Contact on DVD, but the day after I bought this, Contact did come in the mail, so it wasn't late, so I actually just ship that right out. So I got this, and I think I talked enough about this one in my Q review, but this is just another one in my collection now. The next two are really interesting, and I'm really excited that they came out, although I haven't seen these two, but last Tuesday I picked up the Hardbodies collection for $10, which consists of Hardbodies 1 and 2, great 80s sex comedies from what I understood, so I'm a huge fan of 80s sex comedies, and these are two that I actually have just never gotten around to seeing, but I'm excited to have them in my collection now. Next DVD is another classic 80s sex comedy from the director of Friday the 13th and the New Kids, Sean S. Cunningham, and it's Spring Break. And if you guys haven't seen this, this is one classic 80s sex comedy. It's hilarious, just shows the, good, fun times of the 1980s, with kids on spring break. It's a great movie, really fun watch. Now, coming home from the Monster Mania convention in Cherry Hill this weekend, I had bought a whole slew of stuff. I bought a handful of actual DVDs and some bootlegs. So here are the ones that I got. For $5, I picked up Cutting Class, which is, not the best direct-to-video movie, but, it's pretty, it's okay. It's got Jill Shalin in it and Brad Pitt, and anything with Jill Shalin I'll watch. I've just loved her from everything from Hot Moves to Popcorn to The Stepfather, and another Jill Shalin movie in my collection is always worth it, especially for $5 brand new. Next movie that I got from Troma's Table, and it's Mother's Day. This is probably making headlines again because Darren Lynn Bousman, from the director of Repo the Genetic Opera and Saws 2 through 4, is actually about to lens a remake of this Lloyd Kaufman directed film. And yeah, it's a cheesy backwoods redneck slasher, but it's pretty crazy, and I enjoy it on that level for sure. Next movie I got brand new for $7 from a guy that was selling t-shirts, and it's Stephen King's Silver Bullet, another great underrated werewolf movie starring Gary Busey and a very early role for Corey Haim. So, everyone talks about The Howling and American Werewolf in London, but, a lot of werewolf fans should never forget this movie because it's great. Next movie I also picked up from Troma's Table, and this is from 1986, and it's a huge cult classic, and I was really excited to check it out once I read the synopsis and everything, and it's Combat Shock. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but it sounds incredibly interesting about a Vietnam vet and the struggles that he goes through, and I just hear it's crazy. It's a really incredible film. Now, the next 12 films that I actually got from these two pairs of brothers, Sean and George, that run this website called VHSPS. That's www.vhsps.com, and they are excellent. They offer you the best bootlegs around, and also the most obscure ones that you probably have never seen before, and they all come from their original, their real VHS collection, and they've just transferred their collection over to DVD for everybody. So I'm just going to get right into these. I don't know too much about them, but I just took went on instinct and, was bullshitting with Sean, and he told me how great a lot of these movies were that I kept picking up. So, first one I had gotten was Computer Beach Party, another, cool 80s sex comedy. The Kevin Dillon film, Remote Control, and I believe that this is directed by Kevin Lieberman. I forget who actually directed this, but Kevin Dillon is in it. My friend actually had bought in the same bootleg, and he thought it was incredible. He actually told me that it's a great double feature with Halloween 3, if that's any indication to you fans out there. Another 80s sex comedy that I picked up is Up the Creek. It pretty much has most of the cast from Animal House, and it's dealing with whitewater rafting, from what I understand. The next one are Where the Boys Are, 84. Sorry, I'm rushing through this, but there's just so much to see and not enough time. Three-Way Weekend. The Bill Paxton Mortuary. Dreamaniac, a direct-to-video horror film from back in the day. The 1990, I believe, or 1989 Girlfriend from Hell. The really well-received Fade to Black. I've heard that this is really good. The Day After Halloween. The controversial Clown House, directed by Victor Salva of Jeepers Creepers fame. And finally, Slaughterhouse. Again, these are all from the same two brothers, and they have a website, which is www.vhsps.com. I highly recommend you guys check them out because they have high-quality DVDs. And, great cover arts to boot. And the final things that I bought today are a sale that's going on at Best Buy. All these are $12.99, so I highly suggest you guys pick them up because the sale is over on Saturday, and it's first season of Home Improvement, and I just went ahead and got the whole run of all the seasons of Home Improvement, so that's all, all 8 seasons that I had gotten for $12.99, so I definitely didn't want to miss out on any of these, because these are just, a really great show, one of the best shows from the 90s, so I'm really excited to have these in my collections, and sorry to rush this, guys, but I only got a few seconds left, so thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on Thursday with the next Q review. Thanks again, guys.